Hello Devils, we're back with another episode of EVTV. I'm your anchor, Hannah Medina.
And I'm your co-anchor, Ty Murray.
On Wednesday of last week, Eagle Valley High School students had the opportunity to exercise their First Amendment rights in a national 17-minute walkout.
For more information on the motives of both sides of the participants, we go to our reporters, Hans and Rogelio.
On Wednesday, March 14th, students used their First Amendment rights in various ways to express their reactions and thoughts about the issues brought by the Parkland shooting. The day began with a group of students parking in the front row of the school of the main lot with a variety of flags waving. Students who participated in the march gathered in a moment of silence to commemorate the 17 lost lives at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School on February 14th.
The Parkland shooting, obviously it is a horrible loss to see. I was motivated because I just really wanted to see change in my school because I know that it affects me and it affects schools across America.
There's been too much gun violence and I think it's unacceptable, and it's just such a normalized part of our society at this point, and I want to be a part of making that change. For me, the 17-minute walkout was less about taking away everybody's guns and making that stance, and more about remembering the 17 kids who died and raising awareness so that we can have some kind of change.
They also signed letters that were sent to the families of the victims. Another group of students gathered on Valley Road to support the Second Amendment protection of gun rights.
I'm here for the cause that we should practice our Second Amendment rights, and I don't feel like we should be taken away of that right or handguns for protection in our homes.
If they're going to try to take guns from us, they should take guns from the crazy people and the whacked up people that want to go shoot up schools. So I feel like it's just standing up for what I've been taught ever since I was a little kid.
By taking a stand, students got to use the rights we learn about in school.
This will spark a change in the school, in all schools around this country, to shape up and realize that yes, they're not always safe, but we have the opportunity to change into a safer space.
I hope that this isn't the end of these protests, and I hope that that we do get change and that kids will learn about it in a few years and be like, this is the turning point.
Typically, we learn about rights in classes by reading about others who stood up and used them. But last week, students got to apply their learning firsthand to support their cause. This has been Rogelio and Hans. Back to you in the studio.
It's great to see that Eagle Valley High School students are willing to take a stand on something they believe in.
Ty, do you know what a Rocky Mountain oyster is?
I don't know.
Yeah, they're bull testicles, bull sacks,
They're bull balls, fried bull nuts.
little tiny chicken fried steaks. They're great.
That's right. Fried bull testicles brought people together to raise money for Eagle County's 4-H clubs this past weekend at the Rocky Mountain Oyster Fair. 4-H is a nonprofit organization whose goal is to help young students reach their fullest potential while advancing the field of youth development.
It's a youth program that basically encourages kids to learn what they can do and what they're good at, both in home economic studies as well as livestock and animals.
The Oyster Fry fundraiser specifically helps 4-H students raise money for materials and equipment for their projects.
So this event particularly, they purchase our belt buckles, so it just, for our fair, it also lets us go on district retreats, on camps to go to, leadership roles, and also it gives out a scholarship every year.
4-H benefits kids in many ways and prepares them for the future.
It's just a great way for kids to learn about economics, balancing a checkbook. You have to do your record book at the end of the year. You have to do taxes. You know, it's just a great program to enter yourself into the world.
The Rocky Mountain Oyster Fair is a great community event that brings people together to support a great cause. For more information about 4-H, you can visit 4h.org. This has been Nate and Bella. Back to you in the studio.
Looking for a new place to eat?
Tired of the same old packed lunch?
Are you eligible to leave off campus?
For another local restaurant review, we go to Sam and Ryan.
we finished. For the food, came out really hot, nice and fresh. The food was delicious. A 4.5, 4, something around there.
And the service was fantastic. So we give that a 5-star by far. And then the overall experience, we'd say about 4 stars out of 5. Pretty good food.
And now we go to Spice to get a message about our school's upcoming Wellness Week.
Before a flight takes off, airlines show a safety demonstration. They tell passengers that if an emergency impacts air supply, you have to put on your own oxygen mask before you help others. It sounds counterintuitive. Of course we want to make sure others are okay.
On the soccer field, you twist your ankle. You keep trying to play. You want to support your team, but you aren't doing your best. You struggle to run, you weakly kick the ball. When you're not your best, you aren't helping your team. And by not helping yourself get better, you could be hurting your team.
From the airplanes to the soccer field, and everywhere in between, we need to take care of ourselves first.
Taking care of yourself isn't selfish, it's necessary. You can't be a good friend, teammate, a student, community member, or even a good passenger if you aren't also being good to yourself. There's so much going on in the world around us and within our personal lives.
Sometimes the weight of it all can make us feel lost, out of control, disappointed, tired, antisocial, or just low.
How do we climb out of this hole?
Self-care.
From April 2nd to 6th, students promoting inclusion and civic engagement will be hosting Wellness Week.
Wellness Week is about bringing our community together to talk about new strategies to process what's happening in our lives and express ourselves. Because if we take care of ourselves, we can better support each other.
There will be workshops offered throughout the school week that emphasize different approaches to wellness. Workshops will cover topics like yoga, meditation, fitness, athletics, nutrition, improv, spoken word poetry, and more.
It's all about different ways to incorporate wellness in your life.
Students can sign up for one workshop per period of the day. Your homeroom teacher will be passing out a catalog of workshops and a workshop registration form that you can complete and return to the Wellness Week box in the front office by Friday, March 30th.
Participation in Wellness Week workshops will count as an in-school field trip. Be sure to check in with your teachers ahead of time to find out what you will miss.
You can contact Ms. Wallace, Ms. Shapiro, or Ms. Nauman with any questions.
Teachers will be passing out registration materials during homeroom today. If you need an extra copy, you can talk to Ms. Shapiro, Ms. Wallace, or Ms. Nauman.
That's all we have for you this week. Join us next time for another episode of EVTV.